Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Sean Dex and I welcome you back for your daily serving of mango juice. It's a rainy day outside, but beautiful nonetheless. Bitcoin recently not looking so beautiful. 4 days now of sideways action. But let me tell you guys a secret. This here is the calm before the storm. The question though is, do we storm up or do we storm down? Either way, we're gonna have a lot of smiles or a lot of frowns. So enough of me being a clown. Let's get on over here to BTC town and Okay, anyways, here we have Bitcoin USD on Coinbase, and I do have a lot of things to talk about. So let's take it one step at a time. This is actually a important day. So buckle up. We will have a few things to go through, important things nonetheless. Let's break it down one step at a time. We'll start with the daily. Turn on our horizontals and all our drawing tools. As you can see, we are still between our our blue box territory to the upside, green box territory to the downside, and we are not really interested in any long-term trend trades until one of these two boxes are either penetrated or we at least enter the top of the range or the bottom of the range, right? So until then, I'm just going to be taking scalps. I'll be taking range trades, and we'll talk about that in a bit too. Is there anything going on in the daily over here, right? The question is there anything going on? We can go ahead and turn off our drawing tools for now, and I want to turn on our Ichimoku, our beloved goddamn Ichimoku. As you can see, the first step, the first piece of that puzzle has been put together now. We do have that bearish TK cross, right? The Tenkin crossing underneath the Kijun, and this we had speculated on what, couple of weeks ago now, like all the way over here, right? I was talking about this. I'm like, okay guys, this is what I want to see. I want to see us have that bearish TK cross. Okay, we got it. Then I want to see us pop over the cloud, or maybe perhaps even live above the cloud, but that was too much to ask for, right? The cloud is so goddamn thick. We are likely to enter the cloud. So we got the first piece of the puzzle, the TK cross. Now the second piece of the puzzle is, can we pop over the cloud? As you can see, the Tenkin is lining up with the cloud. The Kijun is lining up with the cloud. That is the second piece of the puzzle that we were looking for. We're seeing all of that. Now, if we get the price not only pop over the cloud, it will be popping over the Tenkin and popping over the Kijun. What's going to happen then? We are then going to have our Tenkin underneath us, the Kijun underneath us, and the cloud underneath us with very little gaps between them. That's going to serve as a lot of support. After that, we get the last and final piece of the puzzle, which is going to be our double TK cross. Do we get all three? If we do, that's when my trend trade will be in full position. But until then, I'm not going to wait for all three, right? I'm going to start scaling into my positions based on what I see. There are so many different criteria that I'm looking at all the goddamn time, guys, and we'll be talking about a few of those things. So now this is the daily. There are other things I do want to talk about in the daily, but hey, I'll leave that for tomorrow because this video will get way too long there. Let's now move on to our 2-day. And is there anything going on in the 2-day? We can go ahead and turn on the mango ribbon, and there's nothing much here. I don't want to talk about too much here. As you can see, we lost the 21 EMA, we retested it, and now we are like just in the middle of this range over here between the 10 SMA 21 EMA. We may retest this coming at around 10,126, 10,150, right? That is a classic move when we get the cross here. But again, it's not too much to look at least on this time frame, because we're so close to it, right? Now, this is where things get interesting. We'll go on to the 3-day, and as you can see, we've lost the 3-day 21 EMA. This is key. Okay, this is key. As you can see, the 3-day 21 EMA is pretty goddamn important, even historically on through Bitcoin's perspective. Go ahead and check it out. Backtest it, guys. Try and keep this video short, but this is key over here. But remember what I'm always looking for. I'm looking for an open and a close. We have the open underneath the 21 EMA now. Now, can we also close underneath, an open and a close candle underneath it? That's left to be seen. And when do we close this candle? The 2nd of August. We do have time. And now you guys know why I think today is an important day. So now let's go ahead and this is the mango ribbon, right? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and just for now turn off everything else. We don't need any of this for now. Just keep an eye only on the 21 EMA. Now, we've seen the daily, we've seen the 2-day, we've seen the 3-day. Let's go on over to the 4-day. This is where things get very interesting, and this is why I was expecting a bounce around the zone, guys. The 4-day 21 EMA, very key, but it has a little finicky things to keep an eye out for. Okay, so the 4-day has opened up on the 28th July. When are we closing? 1st of August. These days are becoming very important. You're seeing 1st of August, 2nd of August. We are on the 31st, last day of the month, right? So We tested the 4-day 21 EMA, got that expected bounce. Again, you saw us push down a little bit, test the top of these wicks over here, and we are being supported over there, right? But do we have something big coming? That is the question, and I want you guys to take a look at the 4-day oscillators over here. As you can see, the 4-day oscillators have moved down very aggressively on both of them, but we are printing potential bullish divergence on the 4-day. Again, it's potential, it's not triggered just yet, right? This candle hasn't closed, and we have to look for a couple other things too. I want to look for a local low on this. I'm not seeing that just yet, but this is mega bullish divergence. Are we seeing the same thing on the 3-day? Is there any divergence? Nope, not really, not at all. Is there anything on the 2-day? Not at all. But the 2-day stochastics really reaching this zone right now. Ooh, getting exhausted, but don't pay too much credence to that. We can go down there and stay down there for a very long time. Daily, let's see what's going there. We did cross bullish, but hey, I want to see this day get confirmed as well. Is there any divergence to be had? Let's remove this line. Yes, very slightly, but we would be nitpicking at that point. Is there no, when it's not obvious enough for me, I just discount it. So no, not really, not at all. Now, so let's go back onto the 4-day. Let's remove our horizontals. As you can see, this is key. Okay, we are being supported on the day 21, on the 4-day 21. We have potential strong bullish divergence. If we do see a bounce, that would be significant. Okay, and this price action on the 4-day, price action generally on the 4-day has been a strong indicator for me in terms of which direction we're going to go, and I will be talking about that as the price action progresses. Okay, but for now, bear with me. We are on the 4-day. I just talked about this. We are being supported on the 4-day 21. We lost the 3-day 21, but if we regain that and we bounce over here, that will be things to watch out for the days to come. Now let's get on to the weekly. Again, this is key. Remember, guys, what have we been talking about for this? Now, Bitcoin hasn't really surprised us, right? Hasn't really surprised us on any regard. Let's go ahead and turn on the mango ribbon, and there we go. It's right here. What have we been looking at? The 10 SMA. Okay, on the first. On this candle over here, we talked about the weekly. You guys know I like looking at the high time frames, and we were talking about the weekly right away. I'm like, you know what, guys, I would not be surprised if we come and test the 10 SMA. First pass, reject it, right? Well, get supported on it, and as you can see, we did get that support. And then I talked about how, hey guys, the second time around, I'm not entirely sure that, well, it was very likely that we give it up, even though we were living above it the entire time. That's classic Bitcoin. What do you know? We close underneath it, and now look at that. We are holding it as resistance. That is bearish. So we have the 4-day giving us bullish signals, the 3-day giving us a what's going on? Are we going to give this up, or are we not? 4-day again bullish. Weekly, this is bearish. This is looking, in my opinion, pretty ugly. If we do get that massive rejection over here, we are likely to see what number? 8,282. But again, everybody's eyes on this. Which is why I am asking you guys to keep some leeway for this area over here, 7,400 to 7,200. Okay, this is the perfect FU move to liquidate all those smart ass over leveraged traders that are going to be putting highly leveraged positions over here. Anyways, okay, so we have the weekly now. So we've talked about some of the major time frames. Now I want you guys to draw your attention to something else, the goddamn monthly. We started our trade on the monthly, guys. If you know, do not underestimate the higher time frames. If you guys do remember, if you guys have been following me on Mango ever since I started doing these trading videos on this channel, we took our trade all the way over here, right, when we closed the green 55. Actually, let's go ahead and turn on the mango indicator again, the mango ribbon, sorry, and let's go on to BLX. Oh, actually, Bitstamp should have it too. There we go, Bitstamp there. So as soon as we had our open, okay, we had our open over the green 55. That was a big signal, right, along with everything else that we are looking at. And then we had an open and a close, and that was it. That's when we started targeting 13,000. People laughed, right? People laughed, but hey, we actually got it. So do not discount the high time frames. And now what I'm looking at on the high time frames, guys, is a key horizontal over here. And is this chart clean? Yes, this chart is clean, I believe. Yes, it is clean. And this horizontal is going to be pretty key. And what do you know? We are being supported on that. It was just a couple of days ago I was looking at this, right? A couple of days ago I was like, you know what, the month is coming to an end. I didn't want to talk about it just yet because the videos are getting too long. I probably should have, right? Because we're living right on it, right? That was another reason why I wasn't why I was expecting to have a bounce over here. I did talk about it to a couple of you guys over PM, you guys who were messaging me over the macro trend trades. A few of you guys have been asking me about when the next big trend trade is, and I like that. I like that you guys are thinking ahead and thinking about the big trades, because that's where you can make your year, guys. You can make your year on a trade like this, like a year or two. So think about those trades and get ready for those. And this was something I talked to you guys about. Hey, we do have monthly support coming in around 9,200ish, to be exact 9,280, which lined up with 9,300, just to round it off, right? And the month was coming to an end, and I was like, it would be a very, very bad sign if I don't see the bulls defend this area at least for the month close, because we are close to the month end. And now today's the last day of the month, and what do you know, we are bouncing very aggressively from it. 9,743 right now. Holy, when I woke up we were only at 9,650, right? $100 bounce already, $100 move already within the morning. That's how aggressively Bitcoin can move. So be careful with your leverage positions if you're trying to go aggressive on that 8,200 target, guys. FYI. But anyways, back to what I was saying. This was key. This year is a sign to me, okay, that the bulls are still defending key levels. Now, does this mean that we're going to defend it for the rest of the entire month? No, guys, there's an entire month for it to play out. We could definitely come, meet lower targets and close above this again, right? Or maybe, hey, this was our test, we give it up on the next candle and then break it up on the following candle. These things can take a long time, but these are clues that you need to keep in mind while getting an overall story, right? And there's so many things that I do look at when I'm getting ready for a big trade, which is why when I knew, I was very, very, very confident on my trend trades from this area all the way up to here, right? Over here I had a little bit of uncertainty, I hedged my positions, and then I unleashed it again as soon as I had my confidence again. You guys have been following me. I've been very, very open about all of my trades before I actually take them, right? And over here, this entire range, right, I've not had confidence in putting on a position, so I don't. And that's why it's so hard for me, guys, to be able to tell you, okay, you should look at this and look at that and then look at this. I can't give you guys exactly what to look at. There's so many different small things that if I try and make an entire video on that, it'd be freaking 10, 20, 30 hours. Okay, so why am I ranting about this? Okay, the reason I'm ranting about this is primarily because and this has happened a couple of times now, more than a couple of times, where a few people have come up to me and asked me for personal coaching, right? And this is why, because they are struggling with these trades, and I've not been able to. I've had to politely decline. More so because. So, okay, the reason I'm giving this rant this morning is because it just happened earlier this morning, where somebody asked me to coach him or her personally, and I've had to decline, and then the person gets really pissy about it. So first for the way it goes generally is, first they are insistent, right? They'll raise the price that they offer me in terms of dollars or Bitcoin, and then I still decline because it's not about the money. And then they get pissy about it, and then they start saying, oh, you're just being selfish, you're hoarding your information, blah blah blah, you're not telling us everything. Hey man, it's not that I'm being selfish. I'm not being selfish. It's just that I don't want to be spending my time on just teaching one person. I want to be able to teach multiple people. That's why I do these videos, to reach out to as many people as I can who want to learn, who want to improve their lives. That's what this is about. And I didn't leave the corporate world to go and sell my time again. Let's put it that way, right? I'm okay. I don't want to sound like I'm disparaging people who do that, right? I'm not trying to put down people who do personal coaching, because good for them, right? And I encourage you to find a personal coach, man. It's good to have a mentor. It'll help you, it'll speed up your process big time. But I'm just not at that point right now in my life where I want to be doing that. I just want to try and affect as many people as I can, and that's what I want to do for now, man. It's just that. So I don't mean any disrespect when I have to politely decline personal coaching. It's just not what I'm interested in doing right now, spending my time on just one person. And it's not because I have any dislike for you. I don't know how else to say it, but there are lots of things I have to look at, and when I'm doing these videos, I can't sit down with when I'm doing my technical analysis, and I can't sit down with you and be like, okay, you look at this, and then 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 you look at this. There's way too many things that I look at to get an overall story. What I try to do with these videos is try and teach you guys through all of them, right? How I look at different things. And now you guys can come up with your own ideas, your own style, and figure out your own way, right? Over time, we'll have a lot of similarities in how we do things, but I'm hoping to learn from you guys as much as you guys can learn from me. So this is a give and take kind of thing. That's what community is for. That's why we have the Mango community. That's why we have hashtag Mango Fam. Okay, enough of that rant. This video is going to be long enough. So Jesus, daily, we are looking at the daily right now. Where did I leave off? We were talking about the monthly, right? So I am simply waiting. Until then, I will be just taking range trades. I did try for a range trade just yesterday, right? For those of you guys in the Telegram group, you guys know I tried. Let's go ahead and pull up the 4 hour, and I tried for a trade right over here. This is on Bitstamp. You can see on Coinbase it got much higher, and on Deribit too it got a lot higher. But I tried for my trade somewhere around here. It did not reach all the way there. It didn't come anywhere close to my it did come kind of close, I guess. And that's the thing, man. Sometimes I just miss it, and I'm not going to chase the trade. I'll just wait for the next opportunity. So where would I be looking to be a shorter now? If I'm looking for a short trade, I would be looking for a short around 10,100. So 9,900 is a region again. I may try for that again. It depends on how I see price action unfold. But key levels would be 10,120-ish, right? The top of this blue box territory, and this is really easy area for me, because if I'm wrong about that, I'd love to be wrong about that, right? And that's the thing, guys. I don't care if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll just switch long. Hey, when you're wrong, switch long. I love that. I'm on a rhyming spree today. But that's an area I would try for. Let's go ahead and look at the 12 hour. What's the 12 hour saying? Okay, the 12 hour, this is looking, I think on the lower time, the mid time frames, I don't say lower, so daily and 12 hours low is our lower time frames in the context of this video. I think we may see some moves to the upside, right? Let's go ahead and pull up the Ichimoku on this, see what's going on. Okay, the Tenkin lining up exactly now. Okay, the Tenkin has now moved down to my horizontal. Remember, we drew this horizontal a couple of days ago, and the Tenkin agrees with me. I'm one step ahead of the cloud now. I'm doing it up. So this is why I really love the cloud for you guys. Jesus Christ. Because look at all this analysis I did to come up with this horizontals, and you guys didn't need to, right? The Tenkin just drew it for you. Boom, done. In fact, yesterday too, I was doing an analysis with off my phone, and you guys know that the phone TapTrader doesn't have Ichimoku on it, and I came up with a level at 9,000. Was it 9,615 on the 4 hour? Yeah, I think somewhere around here, right? Yeah, 9,615. I was like, okay, as soon as we tick above there, we are likely going to see a surge up, right? And what do you know? The Tenkin was right there too. So you guys didn't need to do all the nonsense I did. You guys just have to look at the Tenkin. Keep your trading simple, man. Until you get to a level where you can start understanding price action, I really recommend you keep it simple, and that's what the cloud does. It keeps it simple for you. So yeah, going back on to 12 hour. Holy shit, I'm ranting a lot in this video. This is the line from yesterday, actually, last night's video. We might be putting in, yeah, if we break this level, I would not be surprised if we go ahead and test 10,000. 10,200 would be what I'd look at first. 10,200. Okay, let's just see how this unfolds. Okay, let's see how this unfolds. Let's go back onto the Mango ribbon actually for now. And okay, we've retaken the 10 SMA. Okay, the 21 EMA is lining up right there. We got the test. Oh man, we got a test of the 21 EMA on Coinbase and got rejected off that on the 12 hour. Now we're moving up aggressively off that. So that's actually strong. Going to test it again. The daily 10 SMA right over there too. Lots of resistance, lots of overhead resistance in this region, right? Ooh man, this blue box strategy. I have a very strong. Let's actually, you know what, we may need to adjust a few things. Yeah, we do. Okay, we do. There we go. So let's take this one step at a time. Let's go back onto the Mango ribbon. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and adjust this to the downside over here, and now I'm going to go back onto my the Tenkin, and I'm going to adjust this here. There we go. Look at that. We are getting squeezed. Freaking squeezed. The blue box strategy has moved further and further more to the downside. The green box strategy not so much, right? not so much. 9,400 is a key area. I'm going to leave this here. Just to keep my biases in check. I don't want to be getting into any long trades too early, because the macro trend is on the bullish side. I need to protect my own mindset, and I'll talk about that psychology in some other videos. So this is just more for me, guys. You guys can adjust your green box if you do want to. But what we are seeing now is slightly higher lows, but we're also seeing lower highs. So we are likely to have a big move soon, right? Let's go ahead and remove everything over here. Let's go on to a fresh chart. As you can probably hear and see the lighting disappear now, the rains are falling down pretty heavily. I hope that noise doesn't bother you guys too much. I do apologize. Let's go ahead and remove all our horizontals too. Somebody did ask about volume analysis. I'm so sorry, I forgot to talk about that. Okay, yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about the volume over here. As you can see, the volume over here is actually pretty indicative of us having a big move very, very soon. Very actually not far away. As you this will be resolving itself within the next 5 days now. Again, all lining up with the monthly close and the monthly open, right? Monthly close and the monthly open. As I say that, Bitcoin ticking up. So we are going to have a big move very soon. Are we going to have it up, or are we going to have it to the downside? Honestly, guys, this could be I'll talk about that in a bit. Let's go ahead and talk about volume a little bit more. So as you guys know, somebody from Lewis, right, he talked about how we are putting in, I think he drew something like this, not sure, right? Let's go ahead and, yeah, I think he drew something. Was it like, what did he draw? I forget what he drew. But either way, okay, it doesn't matter exactly what he drew. The volume is telling the story on that not being the picture. Okay, so if you are drawing this, I think this is what he drew. Yeah, if you're drawing this like this, the volume is telling you that this is not the story, okay? Or at the very least, most of the market participants are not looking at this and not looking at this, okay? Because what you'd want to see, especially on this candle over here, was a surge in volume. You're not seeing that. You're just seeing price action float. Now, look at this. Especially with today's candle, we may be doing what we could instead be doing. So taking the candle closes, which is what I think Lewis was drawing. I think he was drawing something like this. What we could do is start looking at the wicks, okay? And you could draw this as well too. It's not wrong. It's not wrong at all, right? It's all about interpretation. And now over here, this pattern hasn't been resolved over here yet. It could look like we are seeing a resolution very soon. It could be freaking today. And now what I would want to see is a surge in volume, okay? A surge in volume over here. So you can go ahead and see a little bit of this too. And as you can see, we do have that descending volume, and we're having descending volume within descending volume, a few attempts on major key points of this formation as well. Yep, I'm seeing everything I do want to see. You know what, let's go ahead and look at the lower time frames too. Let's remove this for now, and I want to go ahead and check out the volume on this candle over here. Yeah, the volume on this candle over here, right? The test of the 9,000 was pretty key. 9,100 was pretty. We did have strong volume on that. So if you go ahead and compare it with the volume on these big moves over here, it is pretty, yeah, relative to those volume candles, it was pretty significant. So we could be seeing a move to the upside. And we could be seeing it play out very, very soon. Again, in the next couple of days. At least within the week, we're going to have resolution. Now, is it going to be up or down, right? We could see a rejection at 10,200 and then have an aggressive move to the downside. Am I leaning towards that? Guys, when the macro time frame, and when I'm talking macro, the monthly, when the monthly time frame is still bullish, it's so hard for me to be bearish. But we do have indications of things pointing towards the downside too, which is why I have no strong opinion on any trade. I will wait for the trade to be obvious to me and take those easy trades. This trade, this trade over here, from freaking 3,800 all the way up to 13,000 and then getting out around 10,800, 10,500 was easy, man. That was an easy trade. It was hard on the mind, but it was easy in terms of technical analysis. Now, I'm not seeing an easy trade on the technical analysis side of things. I'm going to wait for everything to come into confluence, every part of the story. Until then, I'm just going to take range trades. So I'm sorry if these videos aren't being too helpful in terms of you guys figuring out a direction, But sometimes, guys, things aren't as obvious, and you need to know that as a trader and know when to just step the hell back. And I'm stepping back for now. If you guys do want to be putting on to, okay, so I do want to answer. No, you're not. No, tomorrow. Tomorrow. This video is already getting far too long. Yeah, so I'll leave it at that today. Let's go ahead and talk about the daily quickly, just to be looking at ranges. Key areas to be looking at. This is a fresh chart. We do have 9,200 mark. That is the monthly support. We have this area over here, right? We already tested very aggressively once. We do then have 8,000, this area here, and then we do have 7,600, and then we do have, yep, those are the key areas. If you're looking at horizontals towards the downside, towards the upside, I'm looking at 10,200. Right, does that line up? You can adjust it a little bit. Okay, looking at that, and then I'm looking at 10,500 again. 10,500 hasn't switched. That's been a key level. 10,550ish, right? 10,530. Okay, so we can go ahead and turn on our mango ribbon and see if anything lines up. The 21 EMA should be coming right. Okay, perfectly over there. If we start taking out this area over here, right? These areas over here, we can start getting a little bit more confident. But let's not forget what we're looking at even now. Oh, what do you know? Our horizontals are lining up with the top of the cloud here, the Kijun, and we can go at 10,800. Is that a region? We can go ahead and mark that too, actually. Right, so fresh chart. We just drew our horizontals very quickly. That's what I'd be looking at right now. We are ranging between the major levels to be looking at, in my opinion, is 10,170ish. Towards the bottom, we're looking at 9,140. That's the big range that you should be looking at if you're playing it on the daily. On the 4 hour, the ranges will be a little bit tighter, right? What are we looking at? Okay, the Kijun and the cloud. We can just go ahead and put one right here. Boom, easy for you guys to mark. We can go ahead and adjust that right after, actually, and we'll be looking at something that lines up a little bit with the Kijun. And towards the downside, well, that's not hard either, right? That's what you'd be looking at on the lower time frame, just ranging between basically the Tenkin and the Kijun. Just keep it easy for you guys. The Tenkin and the Kijun. If we break into the cloud, right, let's go ahead and remove the horizontals because you don't need it, right? If we break into cloud, what are we looking at next? I'll be looking at this level over here. 10,760 on the 4 hour, and then 10,900, perhaps even all the way up to 11,100 for an edge to edge trade if you want to get aggressive on the cloud trade. Hey, why not? So yeah, that's it for today, guys. This video perhaps might be a little bit too long. Lots of ranting. Apologies for that. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video, hopefully a lot shorter, hopefully a lot more man, I'm losing my voice, but anyways, my mouth's really dry. Throw a like, throw a subscribe. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.